Alright, so what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I didn't even know about this till I think Will left me a message that, first of all, before we get into this, that Shawn Layden has left uh, Sony, which is kind of, I was dumbstruck. I was like, really? Shawn Layden leaving the Sony at this time, at this peak? Uh, But who knows? Maybe the executives have something else for him. I don't know. But it's just kind of strange to see Shawn Layden leave at this peak of PlayStation and Sony, that it's really at the highest peak ever. Really, they're at the highest peak ever. Sony is at the highest peak ever. And the fact maybe his term has finished. I don't know how Sony of North America, how they work, and boards of directors. I have no idea. But I'm sad to see that Shawn Layden's leaving. He did accomplish a lot. There's no question about that. Just sad that he's leaving. So that was the first news. That was a shocker. I hadn't listened. No one told me, unless Will. Will. So shout out to Will. Will was the first one that told me. I didn't get an email. I didn't see any YouTube notifications. I didn't get any notifications. Breaking news. Shawn Layden's leaving. I didn't see it, dude. I swear. I was not notified. So that was a big shocker. And another shocker. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. And I'm like, what the hell? Did I just fall asleep for like 10 or 20 years? Like, what the hell happened? That Sony PlayStation now, it's $10. Listen, I don't mean to, I don't want to brag, guys. I don't want to brag about it. But what are the odds? A week ago, I was talking about xCloud and Google Stadia. A week ago, I was talking about xCloud, Project xCloud, and Google Stadia, and I kept saying, Sony, if you're listening, Sony, if you're watching, you need to do something about the PlayStation now. It's too expensive, and you know, you got to give people more content. You got to give people more reason to sign up. And now, Sony, PlayStation now, it's $10 a month. Now it's definitely a good time to dive in and check it out. And you can play now on your PC. How cool is that? You can take your laptop with you, play it on a PC. So now it's pretty cool, man. I'm definitely going to start the free trial. Now is a good time to jump into PlayStation Now. With it, $10 a month and a free trial, yes. And now you're going to get every single, from what I understand. Now, I don't know if this is true, but they're saying that all of these exclusive games that come out on the PlayStation 4 will be available on the PlayStation Now. And you'll be able to play them on your PC. And another good thing is Sony has partnered up with the Microsoft, and both Sony and Microsoft are going to do something together. And now Shawn Layden leaving, this only shows you how much influence Phil Spencer has. Now think about the influence that Phil Spencer has on Ubisoft. Uplay Plus started their subscription. Now the Sony has cut down the price, and now it's $10 a month. So Phil Spencer is really changing things around. And this is what I was talking about, Phil Spencer. No one seems to give him enough credit for his innovations and for his way of looking at things. I figured Phil Spencer out. I knew exactly what he was doing. And the rest of you didn't see it, but I see it. Anyway, let's get back to Sony. Look, this is great. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted. First of all, you're going to have 800 games. 800 games. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4. Tons of games for you to play on your PC, on your PlayStation 4. And then soon in the future, you'll be able to play it on any of your device, any of your mobile device that you have. Okay, you'll be able to play it on. All right, doesn't matter. But for now, at this moment, it's only Sony Experia. If you have Sony Xperia, that's like the only phone that supports the mobile. But in 2020, with the partnership with Microsoft, with the Azure, you'll be able to play it on any of your devices, plus the PC, and of course your PlayStation console. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's coming. Much better service, much higher resolution, more stable. It's coming. It's coming next year in 2020. 2020 is going to be just juggernaut of tons of stuff, man. Of tons of excitement, of tons of stuff to do, tons of stuff to play, tons of subscriptions. And I guess maybe that's the one downside, that we have so many subscriptions. Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, PlayStation Now, Uplay Plus. But you know what, guys? When you combine all of these subscriptions, the amount of money you spend on the video games, it's more than what you will spend on these subscriptions. And these subscriptions will give you tons of variety of games for you to play. It's going to give you more access to video games for you to play, and you'll be able to take your video games with you. You're still going to have your physical media. You're still going to have your digital games where you can put them on your hard drive. But at the same time, you'll be able to take this experience with you. Let's say you want to go skiing. Let's say you want to go to let's say you live in New York City, right? Or you want to go upstate New York. You want to go to Lake Placid or Whiteface Mountain. You want to go skiing, okay? Well, Lake Placid is the Olympic city, okay? And you want to go up there. You want to go skiing. Or let's say you want to go to Colorado, like Boulder, Colorado. And you go there. You want to go skiing or whatever. You want to go for the holidays somewhere. You can take this experience with you. Bring it with you. So when you're sitting in your hotel, your lodge, whatever, you can play this and enjoy this. And that's the awesome part. So let's kind of go through this. Let's cover it. Get an instant access to a huge collection of more than 800 PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 2 games, which is just, that's just beginning. It's going to be more once we jump into 2020, 2021. This is just the beginning. This is good. Okay? Now's a good time to jump in. There's a lot of good games here to start with. Or the PC with new games added every month on the PC. Every month. New game added every month, so that it can continue growing and growing and growing. Discover your next favorite game. Join PlayStation Now. Download or stream a huge game collection. Stream over 800 PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 2 titles from a wide range of genres to your PlayStation 4 or PC. Play as much as you like. Save your progress and continue playing on either device, or pick from over 300 PlayStation 4 games to download to your PlayStation console, and they'll be ready to play in up to 4K resolution if you're playing on PlayStation 4 Pro. Wow, nice. Whether you stream or download, your PlayStation Now subscription includes full access to most available online multiplayer modes. Or you can play as little as $4.99 per month. Holy shit. $5 a month, man. That's even better. That's even better, dude. Let me see. So you got many different options. You got 1 month, $10. No, this is great. I mean, $10 a month, dude. I'm already sold. I'm already sold, man. This is great. Now, this is the time to jump into PlayStation Now. And this is what I was criticizing PlayStation Now. I kept telling Sony, you know, I was the first guy that actually jumped into the PlayStation Now. Okay? After the OnLive streaming has shut down, I was also a backer supporter of the OnLive. I don't know if you guys remember the OnLive. This guy, Steve, was the first guy that started. Again, a guy from Silicon Valley. They're all from Silicon Valley, guys. They're all from, Bay Area, from San Francisco, from Silicon Valley, Northern California. well, Central California, if you want to call it. Um, and they all pretty much they innovate and they push all of this infrastructure. So after the OnLive got shut down, I was looking for something new, and then PlayStation Now came in. I wasn't really excited about the Nvidia, now whatever GeForce experience, but I was kind of excited about the PlayStation Now, so I jumped into PlayStation Now. I wasn't happy with the quality of PlayStation Now back then. It was too laggy. The resolution, it was just too blurry. It wasn't that good, and it was like $20 a month. It was like $24 a month or something like that. Was it 20? No, it was $20 a month. And I was like, come on, man, I cannot pay $20 a month for this. It's too much. But now when I look at it, when you look at PlayStation Now, $10 a month, you definitely get a lot of benefits, dude. Not only do you get to take your games with you, get to play them, but at the same time, you can choose where you want to play them. Do you want to play them on your PC, or do you want to play it on your device, your tablet, phone? That's coming in the future. Okay, once they start establishing this new server with the Azure, okay, that's coming. For now, it's just the Sony Experia for the time being, okay, but that's going to change next year. And now you got tons of games. Now you got PlayStation 4 games where you get a PlayStation 4 game part of your PlayStation Now subscription, and you'll be able to download that PlayStation 4 game and play it on your PlayStation 4, or you can stream it. What I'm trying to say, this really adds to the value of PlayStation. Now you're getting a good value. But let's be honest. Where did this change all of a sudden happen? Let's talk about this. Where did this change happen? And again, I'm not kissing anybody's ass. You guys know I'm not a fanboy. I have zero fanboy DNA in me. Zero. Zilts nada. But we have to give a credit where it's due. And we have to give Phil Spencer a credit. Because it was because of Phil Spencer that this whole thing kind of pushed forward. Sony obviously looks at Microsoft and what Microsoft is doing. Of course, they're looking at their competitors. Of course, they're going to look at see what Microsoft is doing. And what Phil Spencer was doing, look at the Game Pass. I mean, look how huge success the Game Pass is. And it all started from Game Pass. People were laughing at the Game Pass and Phil Spencer. What's Phil Spencer doing with his Game Pass? And look at it now. Look at the value that you get with the Game Pass and how much you can save with the Game Pass alone, especially with the Ultimate Game Pass. All right? Tons of money you're going to save on video games. Okay? That's number one. And we all want to save money, right? In today's world, in today's economy, people say economy is blooming. Like, what are you talking about? Economy is not blooming, man. It's probably worse than ever. It's maybe blooming for the stockholders, for that 1%, 2% of wealthy people, but it's not blooming for everybody else, all right? I don't want to hear it. It's a bunch of nonsense. If it was blooming, then you should be able to find and change your job just like that. Just like that, okay? But that's not the case. So everybody wants to save money, right? Nobody wants to waste $60 here, $60 there, 120 here, 120 there. We want to save money, right? So we all agree on that. We all agree on that. Good. Let's move on. And I think what Phil Spencer has done, he wants you, the gamers, to have the access, a much easier access to video games where you don't have to spend truckload of money. Sorry for the word, shitload. I like the word truckload. Truckload is better. It sounds better. Because you got truckload of stuff, of games. And he really wanted to bring you guys that access. And then look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft, also a big company, looked at the Game Pass and Microsoft, and they decided, why don't we do the same thing? Why don't we do the same thing for... Well, theirs is a little bit more expensive. It's $15 a month, but they might lower the price due to the competitors. So they might lower it to $10. I'm pretty sure they will after they see this. And they lowered it. And they started the same thing. They were like, why don't we do the same thing like Microsoft is doing? Why don't we give access to all of our games, everything, all of our Ultimate Editions, Gold Editions, everything we ever released, all the DLCs, all the Season Pass, everything. And why don't we release all of the early access, all of the Ultimate Edition games that are coming out in the future? Why don't we give people this access for $15 a month? But what inspired Ubisoft, Uplay to do that? Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer inspired this whole thing. That's the truth. He pushed this whole thing. It's like a domino effect. Once he hits that one, the other one follows, and that's it. And everybody else follows the same concept. And that's what this is, really, guys. That's what this really is. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but it kind of sucks that we have so many subscriptions. Well, what would you rather have? Would you rather have $10 a month subscriptions than to be spending $63 every week? What would you rather have? I would rather have these subscriptions than to be spending $120 a week on a video game, on 2 video games, or 3 or 4. Okay, so you're saving truckload of money this way. All right. There ain't no free lunch anywhere. Okay. There is no free luncheon anywhere. But what this is, it's a more feasible entryway for you to get access to video games. So this is good, man. Look, there's also God of War that's available on PlayStation now until January 2nd. Okay, which is pretty cool, which I'm gonna check out. So what PlayStation now really wants to be like a Netflix. Look, streaming, it's inevitable, guys. Everyone's doing it. Google Stadia is doing it. Microsoft is doing it. I just hope that it doesn't become where people will forget about the digital and the physical media. Okay? The one thing that really sucks about streaming, and I talked about this, is the fact that you don't own the game. I mean, the game sits on a server. The game sits on a subscription. And I really hope that this is just a choice. I like this choice. I like the choice where I can take my games with me and play it with me. I love that choice. I like having choice. I love having choices. But I hope that this doesn't become like the only choice. Like 5 years from now, or 7 years from now, by 2028 or something like that, or 8 years from now, where all you have is this one choice. You know, no more consoles. You just click on the television and boom, there it is. You click on your phone and boom, there it is. You download the app on the PC and boom, there it is. I just hope that it doesn't become like the only choice. I think inevitably it's going to happen. This is something that's a monster coming down a hill. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, 2030, I think by 2030, we're still going to be good. We'll have some physical media, digital. But I think after 2030, it's going to be pretty much, that's it. You know, it's all going to be online. I really believe on 2030, the year 2030, and I'm giving a reasonable enough time here for the PlayStation 5 and the Scarlet. I'm giving reasonable enough time. I really believe by 2030, that's it, dude. It's all going to be on your phone, on your VR, on your whatever. You're going to take it with you. It's going to be everywhere, in your pockets, everywhere. And that's what they want, and I think that's what these millennials, that's what this generation wants. Remember, it's about the majority, what the majority wants. It's not about what the minority wants. It's always been about majority, and that's where these businesses are really targeting at its majority. All right, so, well, there you have it. That's what I think about PlayStation Now. That's what I think about, in general, about this whole streaming service and gaming service. Look, this is awesome. This is awesome. And I like it. And let's not forget who pushed this whole thing. It was really Phil Spencer, guys. And I know some of you are going to say otherwise, but you got to look, do your research. And who was the first person that was pushing this whole thing? It was Phil Spencer. And I think Phil Spencer deserves the credit. You know, remember, competition. It's good. Competition is good for us gamers. If you only have one company holding monopoly, that's not good. It's good to have a competition. Competition lowers the prices. Competition is good for us, the consumers, the gamers. So remember that. So, well, there you have it. That's what I think. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay. Now, before I end this video, as far as my iPhone 11 Pro Max, guys, I'm still in process of testing it. I'm gonna play around with it over the weekend. I need to spend some more time with this phone. Once I spend some more time, once I put it side by side with the Note 10 Plus and do a bunch of various different tests, then I'll be able to give you my honest opinion, the difference between this and the Note 10 Plus. But I just got this thing, so I need to spend more time before I can, give you my final thoughts and conclusion. So far, I'm impressed with the quality and the build of the phone. Of course, the quality of the picture, it's really amazing, and something you got to see if you're watching Dolby Vision in HDR. But I still have some more stuff to test on this phone. So other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good one.